Yo, what's up YouTube? And welcome back to some more Factorio. We're here on the Bobs and Angels heavily modded run. And I came in between episodes and did a couple things. So I added some more hydro plants here for purified water because I was actually running out of purified water on my flotation line here. So my flotation cells were not running all of the time. They were actually starved for polluted water, or not polluted, purified water. Some points, and I also upgraded the plants, the hydro plant 2s. I've done that to various buildings throughout the base that are struggling to keep up. I've just upgraded them to the next tier so they can continue to produce and do what I need them to do. I've also set up blue science. I'm a Bizel here, so we've got some blue science coming into the labs, and we're researching some of that dank stuff. And we're actually moving towards laser turrets right now, which I'll touch on in a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, I've added a lot more crystallizers. These ones actually aren't running. I turned them off because I set these up for producing silicone and silver, because I need silicone to make cement, for concrete, for something that I put on my main line here, which was, oh yeah, the bricks, the concrete bricks I needed to make the second tier of flotation cells, which is going to be very important coming up in the next few episodes, which we'll also discuss in a second. So yeah, we've got plenty of these crystallizers taking care of our mineral sludge here, because we are producing tons of mineral sludge. We are actually backed up on this line too, and our crystal dust was backing up because we weren't processing it fast enough. Or actually, it was our slag. Yeah, not the crystal dust line. The slag line was actually backing up, and we weren't able to process that fast enough. But we have since corrected that problem. But yeah, so this little concrete system, pretty simple. We just lime, we're bringing lime, and then yeah, we just dump it into a powder mixer with silicon ore, and it makes us cement. And then we put the cement into assembly machine, mix it with some water, we make concrete, and then the concrete's running up there to make the concrete bricks. I've also added brass onto the other side of the bronze line here that was previously empty, but now we're populating it with brass because we did need brass for, I don't know, one of these things needed brass, so we've got brass on the line now we can use. I've also set up an aluminum plate smelting thing because we needed aluminum on the line as well. And yeah, that's kind of, I think, it. I've upgraded some. We are going to be moving into robots, which I've already got quite a bit made, and we'll hop over and start to discuss the future of this base, because I've actually am in the process of redesigning sort of this whole crusher smelt system, and I can kind of give you an idea. Let me pull over to where I have more room so I can show you the blueprints. But I'm basically going to take this setup and I'm going to mirror it, so we've got, well, double the amount of everything. So we've got, well, it's going to be mirrored. You know what that means, right? If you don't, then I don't know how to help you, man. But yeah, we're just going to mirror this setup, and we're going to get rid of these inserters. We're not going to be using inserters to pull from the line anymore. We're going to be using loaders, or unloaders as it were. And we're only going to have like 4 belts, and I'm just going to dump all of the ore onto those 4 belts. It's not going to be ordered on any particular side or anything. I'm just going to flood the belts with as much ore as I can possibly fit on there, and we're going to set up a sorter that will sort the ore for us, which, let's see, where is new stuff? Here we go. So I've got this ore sorter that I built, and I might need to modify this a little bit more. Well, we've got actually a line on the end, so this is fine. Yeah, so if we just take a close look at these splitters here, you can see we're just basically taking off one ore at a time as the splitters increase up to the left here. So each ore is going to go on its own belt, and then we've come up to the top here and we've joined the 2 belts because this is basically a mirrored sorter, right? So this is the sorter plus the smelt operation. It's a lot smaller, as you can see. It's a lot cleaner as well. Yeah, so we've also got rid of the warehouses. We're using silos as ingot storage. But yeah, so there's that. And then I've also almost got the geode processing done. I've doubled up on the crushers, so I've got 2 crushers per geode now. And then the whole system is designed to where I can expand it endlessly. Well, almost endlessly. Okay, so I need to rearrange the crystallizers. They're actually not going to be set up this way. They're going to be set up vertically instead of horizontally, but I'll redo that later. So yeah, if I need more filtration units, I can just come over here, continuously go up with them, right? So it's going to look something like this. Yeah, so that's gonna be right there, and then this will be like down here somewhere, and then I'll take whatever ore I am making on these crystallizers, and I can just do whatever I need, right? This way I'm not dumping on any specific belt because the sorter down here is going to take care of all the sorting. So I can just increase whatever kind of ores I'm low on, and then I can dump them back onto the 4 belt system right at the beginning there, and it'll get sorted into where it needs to go. That way I can change these crystallizers based on if I'm low on iron ingots or whatever, right? I can come in here and I can say, okay, give me more iron and copper, or give me more silicone and silver or whatever, right? Also, the 4 belts in the middle for the geodes, I'm not going to have that either. We're just going to have 2 belts, 1 for geodes, 1 for slag. Although we might even need, we could probably just do 1 belt, honestly. Just 1 single belt for both geodes and slag, and then I'll just use a splitter to filter off the slag and the geodes as needed. But yeah, so that's the plan for the future here. I've got this crawler construction vehicle. Now, I should have made one of these crawler construction vehicles as soon as it became available. And if you're just starting, if you're on this episode and you're just barely starting a run on Bobs and Angels, make this crawler thing ASAP and get yourself 200 freaking construction robots, because oh my god, it's a beautiful sight when they head out and start building things, and you'll see it later on, but I'm not going to spoil it. So yeah, I do have 4 vehicle construction roboports in here, which each support 50 robots, so I've got 200 total. Now we've just got some solar panels and some batteries so they can get their power on. It does move very slow, but it's basically mobile base. And freaking crawler robot, man. Yeah, just So the plan right now is to actually come down here at the bottom and expand my walls. So I've already got a wall up here, and I've already killed off all the bases, so I'm gonna do another wall down at the bottom here on that choke. And then we'll probably take this wall and just finish it all the way down. This one right here is gonna have to come all the way across. And we'll probably leave this ammo belt up here running the length of this wall, but I think all of the other walls are going to be energy weapons, which I already have the laser turrets unlocked, and I've been researching the damage and things, so they're doing quite a lot of damage right now. They already do like a ridiculous amount of damage. Downside, they take a lot of power, so I think I'm going to need to expand my steam engine setup here, which actually I have access to turbines, I think. Cobalt steel gear wheel and cobalt steel bearings. I could smelt some cobalt into plates and start making some steam turbines instead. But yeah, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go clear out some of these bases. We're gonna finish walling this off over here, run the belt that way, and then yeah, finish these walls off because we're gonna need a lot of room for this new crusher setup. So let's go kill some aliens. Oh shit, my car, dude. I wish I wouldn't have got my car destroyed. I gotta run all the way back. But after I clear the bases out, I'm gonna set up automation for laser turrets because I'm definitely gonna need that if I want to set up more walls. But let me grab some engine units to make a new car because they blew my old one up. All right, this particular nest is getting pretty nasty. Actually, you know, I don't even need to clear this nest out, really. Let me go grab some walls. Okay, so let's just start taking... Oh, a nice tip for placing walls is if you actually enter the map mode by pressing M and then zoom in where you have a radar, you can just hold left click and like scroll very quickly to place walls. It does leave some gaps because it scrolls so fast, but it can get a lot of the work done for you. Alright, so we're back and apparently getting attacked, although we're good. We have gone in and extended our walls here. So we've got this bottom wall gone. We've got some actual laser turrets set up on this wall here. You can see we've just got groups of 2 of them spaced apart. And we've still got some regular turrets over there because why not? I've got the ammo and stuff. Yeah, so every side of the wall, or every side of my little area here has been walled off. The bottom and the right are still using gun turret 2s, as well as a mix of tier 2 and tier 1 ammo, so I'll be looking to get those replaced with laser turrets as soon as possible. I haven't really touched on research in a while, and is there a way I can kind of just show you what I've done? Tier 3 logistics, robot speed, research speed, more advanced metal processing, more inserter options, essentially just better stuff. I don't think going into the research too much is very important because you should just be queuing things up naturally as you need them or as you're like building up more resources and stuff. But yeah, anyway, so we've got a nice big space here, big open space for us to start building our upgraded crushers and all that. And let me just show you those blueprints actually real quick. Actually, I could just set it up, put the blueprints down, and then you could see how it's going to work and all that. So let me find, where do I actually want to put it? I mean, I suppose right in the middle here is kind of fine because we don't have a whole, there's not like a bunch of resources right here that I'll have to build over. All right, so we've got a nice little patch clear here. I'm not going to queue up any research right now because I just want to get this done. All right, so new stuff. Let's see, should we start with the chunk? Let's start with the ingot smelt. All right, so here is our sorter at the bottom. So this is going to sort all of our ores. So yeah, let's go ahead and just plop that down right there. So let's go ahead and pop down our geode and slurry processing. Likewise on the geode and slurry, I've left myself plenty of room to expand the crystallizers and the filtration units and liquefiers. So if I'm not able to process the geodes or the slurry fast enough, then I can just slap on more buildings there. And I think I'm going to leave myself a nice fat gap in between the belts and the start of the crystallizers because I'm not sure where I'm going to have pipes running. I am going to need like oxygen and various other gases and whatnot over here. So I might have like a pipe bus running this way and then just shoot off lines to where I need it. And then I'll have water processing up here maybe. I'm not sure exactly where that's going to be yet. So here is our chunks. Now it is significantly longer than the old one because the loaders do take up more room, but this is how I've decided to do it. And because of the way the ores are dumping onto the belt, I can just slap these down as I need them. So maybe if I don't have enough iron ore or whatever, I can slap down another sapphirite one, right? And they don't have to be in any particular order. So as I need more ore processing, I can just slap more down there. But we're gonna start with probably just 4 of these. They are pretty much the exact same system, they're just modified to not use inserters, and that goes for this entire thing. Yeah, and these do just go back to back. I hope these are right, man, because this is a lot. Now comes the fun part. I'm gonna drive my crawler bus down here, and so here's the crawler. I didn't really touch on the crawler vehicle too much, but essentially you just load it up with all the components you need to build stuff, and then I showed you this part. You put the bots, crawler construction bots, in the trunk as well, and then they have access to everything in here. So it's essentially just a mobile roboport, pretty much. So we'll start with the chunk processing. It has pretty massive range, so like if I put it in the middle belt here, it should reach like all of this stuff. And here comes the beautiful part. All right, things are looking good. We're out of some stuff like loaders. We need some more loaders and things. So this system here, I'm actually using robots. So we've got a crawler robots Jeffrey Malone, apparently. I didn't think it was called that. Where is it in the build menu? Right here. Crawler Robo Box, that's what it's called in the build menu. But yeah, you take this and you deposit your little robots in here, because what they do is these filtration units are going to be depositing empty coal filter thing, the full filter frames, which are going to be put down into this passive provider chest. So if you've never messed with the logistics networks, provider chests are exactly what it sounds like. It provides stuff to the logistics network as long as it's within range. You can see it's in this yellow box, so that's the logistics zone. So they'll come down to this provider chest, pick that up, and then they'll come over to the requester chests, which I have marked as filter frames down here in the logistics request. So they'll go to the provider chest, grab the filter frames, bring them back up to the requester chests, which then get dumped into the assemblers and refilter them up. Meow. God, I love that. That is so satisfying to watch. Another thing about this crystallizer system here is, well, it's more about the sorter, actually. Because I'm just dumping all the ores on this 4-layer belt here, I can switch the crystallizers to produce... Did I already touch on this? I may have already touched on this.
Flashback.
So I can just increase whatever kind of ores I'm low on.
End of flashback.
And that way my waste products are actually going back into the system as what I need it to. And later on we can set up automation to where we could have maybe like 6 crystallizers doing this recipe, 6 doing that recipe, 6 doing that recipe, whatever. And then we can have some logic set up to where if I drop below a certain amount of storage on my ingots, then we can kick on the crystallizers for that particular ore and increase production for the ingots there. I need some more silos as well, so because I'm also going to be using, I haven't talked about the way I'm going to set up the actual production lines, but I'm going to be using robots for that essentially, and we're going to be using silos, provider silos, to store up plates. I think that's where I'm going. I don't know. That's where my brain is right now. I'm not sure if that's actually going to work out. We'll see. Come up here, grab me some more loaders. You guys use all the loaders already? How many freaking loaders am I using in this dang system, man? This is ridiculous, the amount of freaking loaders I have here. Put all my dang loaders in here and they're instantly gone. Watch, I've got 33. Boom. Oh, where'd they go? Holy cow. All right, well, FYI, if you're gonna be doing this kind of thing, you're gonna need just millions of loaders. Let's just keep it at a safe number. I mean, everything's basically set up, so I can connect the lines I need to connect. What are we missing? I think just loaders over here. So we just need 9 loaders, and then everything will have... Well, I guess I need more crystallizers, but I can pull them off the old system because we're not even using all of those crystallizers right now. Also, I realized I was saying that Jivolite can actually be processed, but what can Jivolite actually be processed into? So Jivolite will give us iron, copper, aluminum, and zinc. Processing Jivolite into chunks and then sorting it doesn't actually give us a new ore, but we can come over here and we can say this aluminum, manganese, chrome, uranium, fluorite, thorium. So we can be getting like a bunch of different ores that we can't make through the sorting facilities off these crystallizers. Bad side is that I don't have them set up on the sorter. That's my bad, but if I need to, I can delete this sorter. I can move it back more and I can expand it to include more ores. I do have one more ore on the end here that isn't being shown because I don't need to filter it out because it's going to be the last ore, and that's manganese. But the manganese recipe actually also makes chrome, which I wasn't planning on, so I'm going to have to filter that out prior to going into this filter. I'm not sure what to use that for. But yeah, manganese is up here. And the reason I wanted manganese is because the induction furnace, there's an iron recipe that uses manganese to make iron, molten iron, rather than just using iron ingots. That way I can make that alloy with manganese and iron and not go through so much iron, because I'm hoping that I have enough iron ingots to actually make them into steel ingots, because we need steel ingots for other ingots. I think cobalt steel is the next tier of stuff that I need to do. There's something that uses cobalt steel, and I need steel ingots to make cobalt steel. So we're going to have to start making steel out of iron ingots instead of just steel plates. I mean, I could set up a steel plate thing to supplement the main bus, but I'm going to want some steel ingots being made for cobalt steel and things. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Real quick, I just want to cover how the loaders are set up on these systems. So the crushers, we actually only need 2 crushers per 8 flotation cells, or I guess 1 crusher per 4 flotation cells. So the old system where I had like 10 crushers was just way overkill. I didn't really look at the ratios when I set those up, so but this should be fine. We can always add more crushers on if we need to. But yeah, so crushers crush the stone, crushers crush the ore, which I haven't decided where it's going to come in at yet. I'll probably just slap a loader on it like that or something, and we'll bring the ore lines horizontally this way. But yeah, so they crush the stone, they output crushed stone and crushed ore. Crushed stone gets filtered onto this belt here, which will go off to our algae farms, right? And the rest of the ore gets filtered into the flotation cells. And then on the inside here, or I guess on the outside of the flotation cells, right here and here, we have the outputs, which are going to be chunks and geodes. So the chunks and geodes go all the way down to here through various filters. And then at the end here, we're going to be setting up, say this is for sapphire, right? These splitters right here, we're going to be setting a blue geode because that's the geode that it outputs, right? And then we're going to set it to the right. So the geodes make it onto this center belt here. And then the chunks go on through the undergrounds to the sorters, which then dump all of their stuff out on these belts. And you can see we've got the slag filter on the closest belt to the sorters here. So the slag is going to get sent up with the geodes over to the geode processing area, and all of the ore is then going to be deposited on the middle belt. So that's how it works. Yeah, so basically we're looking at expandability. We can always expand this thing even further. We're kind of done for this episode. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to connect it, so we're not going to see the ore sorter processing and all that until later. So that's going to be next episode. We're going to connect this up, and we're going to watch the beautiful ores flow down the beautiful belts to the beautiful sorter, to the beautiful smelters, and everything is going to be beautiful. But yeah, thank you for joining me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I will see you next time.